be done by the end of August.
Yeah.
Joe, your thoughts?
Quite honestly, I was too involved in Lehigh Valley Amateur. It was the same weekend.
That's right, it was the same weekend, wasn't it?
You get up at 4 in the morning, and I had to go to work for a little bit, do some things, and it's like, hey, it's on, but I didn't have time to watch it, so I really didn't see much of it. And, maybe they worked hard, I don't know, but I didn't get a chance to watch what really went on there.
Right,
You come into the tent and everything, they had the TV on there, but by the time we were done playing, as you know, the matches go, you play, and if you're in the weekend, you go right back out and play again. So there wasn't much I didn't see there. So hopefully they'll correct that, and it's a big event. People love to watch that, so hopefully they'll fix it up.
Chris, being around the game the way you were an employee at Saucon Valley, as you mentioned, I mean, it really has turned into one of the marquee sporting events. Wasn't so back in the early days of the Ryder Cup.
No, it really hasn't. I think it's become more individual for the Americans. I think we had this discussion on how the Europeans seem like a real team, and the Americans are more or less all about themselves because they're marketing themselves. They are a product with sponsorship and invitations to different things. So to me, the Europeans were just a little bit more of a team and a team effort, and that's why they had such success.
Yeah, I'll buy into that. I think one of the things for me that I watched that I couldn't understand, everybody talked about how devastating the rough was. And obviously the U.S. team didn't do a very good job of hitting fairways. But the thing for me, and Jason, I'll ask you to elaborate on this, if you get it into trouble, your number one thing is to get it out of trouble. And all week long, they're showing Americans trying to thrash it from 170 yards and get it on the green, and they just kept heading it into more trouble. I thought they could have been a little more patient, hit the ball out in the fairway, and let your partner on the alternate shot at least try and get up and down from maybe 150 yards to try and save a par. I don't know. That's what I kind of saw with it. I thought they were looking for the hero shot too often throughout the week.
Yeah, well, and you saw Phil's comments about the rough was borderline, and
right.
he went right after the court conditions. But that's
so why are you trying to knock the ball on the green on an impossible shot? Is my point, I guess.
Yeah, there was a lot of water on that course, a lot of carry shots, but it's match play, So a lot of it's you have to have some strategy and rely on your teammate. And it was kind of disappointing to see so many of them not play up to their caliber. So
yeah, that's for sure.
And not to understate how good the European team is. I mean, they're just as loaded.
They're phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
They're phenomenal. They really are.
Yeah.
Quickly looking ahead for you, what are your future plans within the game of golf?
Well, there's a few fun tournaments to end the season.
I understand. You have other goals that you'd like to accomplish?
I do. I was fortunate a couple years ago to make it to the U.S. Open sectionals, and I'd like to get back there again. And again, getting that experience and upping your schedule, playing larger events and traveling farther just helps you prepare for for those moments when you have a chance to get through to the next stage. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity to try to make qualifying for all the state events and work my way through the USGA. I'm not that far away, starting to think about the 50-year-old mark and think about some of the senior championships.
And that opens up all kinds of doors. That's right.
All kinds of great events.
U.S. Amateur, the U.S. Senior Amateur, all
absolutely.
of those.
Absolutely. So I'm going to continue, doing what I've been doing. And I made kind of an important change 5 or 6 years ago. I went to Paul Viola over at Bethlehem. That was a big deal for me. I had to stop hitting the ball the way that I was hitting it in order to compete because I was just getting too frustrated. So it's been a great ride with Paul. He's done amazing things for me, and I'm looking forward to the challenge to see how far I can go with the game before the body quits.
Yeah, that's awesome. Joe, thoughts on looking forward for yourself?
Well, you touched on a little bit, and Jason did too. I did try out for the U.S. Senior Open. I'll try because once you're 50, you can try. And it's one round. If you get lucky enough to be the top 3, you can go. And this year, Dave Lehigh, we both went to the same tournament down there in New Jersey. Dave actually won the tournament. He was a low medalist. And that's for U.S. Senior Amateur. When you're 55, you can get that. And Dave did a great job. Went out there to Oregon, competed well. So that's out there for me. I'll play in the seniors and those things where you compete. The U.S. Open, no. I know my limitations there. Those guys hit the ball way too far for me. So that's what I look forward to for next year.
Of course, we did have a local guy playing that U.S. Open this year. That, of course, was Cole Miller, who will be the speaker at that upcoming banquet for the Hall of Fame. Joe, terrific journey you've been on in the game of golf. Continued success to you as well. And Chris, I know you'll, as I will, look forward to Lehigh Valley Amateur Week next year and our coverage of the qualifying round, and see if now 6 straight years there's been a first-time winner in the overall championship.
Well, I think the guy sitting on the couch here could challenge that. I think I could see him repeating. One quick question. We know you're going to be the #1 seed next year. More pressure, less pressure?
Less pressure now because I've won it. So I think my mentality will be a little bit different playing.
The qualifying round is very, very difficult.
Yeah, it's a fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun round of golf that, you know, that's its own little tournament by itself. You know,
Fun day,
all the guys think about that. You know, that
Sure
one
they do.
round that's, you know, it's a 18-hole stroke play event. And,
Especially
you know, we
when
want
it
to play well.
starts slipping away and you're up around 78, 79, or 80. That'll really get your
There's
attention.
pressure there. There's no question, you know.
Guys, I want to thank you for taking the time. Jason
Thank
Wilson,
you, Mike.
congratulations. Joe Colson to you as well. Chris Brandt, our analyst, and who covers that tee for us on that qualifying round, which we look forward to every year. Certainly hope you enjoyed this week's show. Lehigh Valley Amateur Champion Jason Wilson, runner-up Joe Colson, Chris Brandt, our guest this week. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you back here on the Mike Zambelli Show next week.